Welcome to the Living Large Theater Podcast with Gary Rodriguez, Billy Santiago, and producer Noe Ayala. Admission to the Living Large Theater requires only your sense of humor and thirst for knowledge as we explore community, entertainment, the arts, politics, and human nature. Time now for you to step inside the Living Large Theater.
And welcome to another edition of the Living Large Theater Podcast on this 22nd day of December, 2022. I'm Billy Santiago, along with my good friend of 35 years, Gary Rodriguez. Coming up on the show today, Christmas and New Year's. We'll be talking Twitter, Title 42, winter weather coming our way, the House investigations, little cowboy action. We'll be paying tribute to the late, great Franco Harris from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And also, worst drivers. Gary's got some comments about that coming up as well. But right now, let's check in with Gary Rod and his opening comments. Gary?
Hey, thank you, Bill. And let's say adios to 2022 with a big welcome back to our producer extraordinaire, Noe Ayala. Noe, I tell you what, we got emails saying, hey, guys, where's your producer? And everyone, I had to say, well, you know, Billy and I are retired, but Noe's a young puppy, and he still works, and obviously his obligation is to his employer. But things have worked out where he's back in the fold. We missed you, Noe. We certainly missed you. We
really did. Seriously.
We missed your expertise and your knowledge of social media and the technical end of helping us put this Living Large Theater podcast together. So I want to do an official welcome to Noe Ayala back in the fold as our producer extraordinaire. How's it feel to be back?
Oh, great. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. So adios 2022. You know, this is the nub of years changing. I really don't understand how people can say, oh, I hope 2023 is better than 2022, when really every year that you have is going to be a damn good year. Yes, 22 is finishing up. A lot happened in 2022. And of course, 2023 is not even guaranteed. We're not there yet, but with all hope and blessings from God, we're going to get there, and 2023 is going to be just as good, if not better, than 2022. But let's stop complaining about the year that just exited, because I feel that if you make it through, you're still ahead of the game. I tell my boys all the time, hey, if that's the worst thing that happened to you today, you're still ahead of the game. This is the Living Large Theater. Admission is free. All you need is a sense of humor and a thirst for knowledge. You can find us at Living Large Theater on Facebook, and you can email us at livinglargetheater@yahoo.com. Bill.
Gary, you know what? Yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday. That's right.
I hit the big 6'5".
Wow. Happy birthday, brother.
And I got to tell you, man,
you're an old fart.
I had a good day yesterday.
Good,
yesterday.
Man. I think I wished you a happy birthday on Facebook.
Yeah, you did. A lot of folks did.
Good. You deserve it. You're a good guy. Hey,
so
and you got another year under your belt.
I'm officially into the Medicare realm.
Oh, man, you're going to start getting all kinds of mail.
No, I've been getting that for the last 6 months.
Okay.
I'm already set up and everything.
Okay, good for you.
Or you're going to get a lot of calls, too.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we were on our way over here. I got a call from a guy who was, trying to hammer me on doing this and doing that. I told him, I said, I'm already taken care of, buddy. Have a Merry Christmas. See you.
There you go. Hey, so there you go. Talking about Merry Christmas. One of the prior podcasts, Billy was saying, oh, happy holidays. And I said, no. Let's talk about Christmas. Let's call it Christmas. Let's call it what it is. Christmas is the only holiday that matters. All other holidays are merely proteges.
Let's ask an innocent bystander right here. Noe? Okay, we're just out of Thanksgiving. Okay, are you already saying Merry Christmas, or are you saying Happy Holidays?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You lose, Carl Miller.
Yeah, I saw Gary put the slide of 20 underneath the table there. Yeah.
You lose, Carl Miller.
So now we're like 3 days away from Christmas.
Now he's telling people Merry Christmas.
Now is a good time to say Merry Christmas. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, Merry
But
Christmas.
right after Thanksgiving, I'm saying Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays is good, too.
Thank you, Noe.
Yeah,
Appreciate
there
it.
you go.
Here's a 30.
Hey, and happy Hanukkah. I have many Jewish friends. They just started the Hanukkah celebration. Happy Hanukkah. Let's talk about the new year. We have a new year coming in, God willing, 2023. Lots of celebrations going on around the country, around the state of Texas, and, of course, here where we are, the mighty Rio Grande Valley. We're going to have a ball drop in the city of Far, and we're going to have other New Year's Eve celebrations all around. Bill, how do you celebrate New Year's? You stay in bed by 9?
You know, we go over to my sister-in-law's house. You know, we play games. We watch. Now that they have the NCAA playoff games on New Year's Eve, we watch the games. We grill.
Nice.
Then we turn on Ryan Seacrest about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and watch that until midnight. And then we're usually out the door by 12:30, quarter to 1, and
There you
no
go.
later than 1 o'clock.
Hey, what happened to the ball drop here in McAllen?
I think it got, as I remember, the city of McAllen initiated a ball drop probably about 10 years ago. They did it 3 years in a row, I believe, downtown where all the bars are. And I think it just got poor attendance, and those that did go weren't interested in the ball dropping. They were more interested in getting drunk and starting trouble.
Kissing somebody at midnight and all that stuff.
Why are you looking at me, Billy?
Just saying. That's what you do when you bring in the new year, right?
I'll be in bed by 9.
Yeah. But I used to do New Year's Eve parties when I was doing mobile DJing. I mean, that was good money, and that was always a lot of fun. I did it for
you did it for the Hartleys,
company,
right?
For the Hartleys in Westlaco.
Yeah.
And man, Kenny and his family, man, they knew how to party.
He dragged me to a couple of those, and I thank you still, man. Well, I had so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Did you charge extra? Or
yeah, after 2 o'clock, because you know they pay me a fee from 9 to 2.
Yeah.
Then after 2 o'clock, it was $150 an hour. And after people have been drinking, having a good time, they don't mind. You know, I was getting tips and everything, man. And, you know,
making requests. Billy's charging for requests. I remember that lady asked if you could play Super Freak by Rick James. And you said, well, sure, of course. If
I'd love to play Super Freak by Rick James for you.
Oh, my goodness. So
those are good times. New Year's Eve is always a fun time. But, you know, as you get out of what you do for a living, you know, I stopped doing mobile DJing when I was 35, you know. But I know some guys still do it. It's always a good night.
A lot of fun. I remember the old B104 years. We always celebrated Christmas, and we always had something going on for New Year's, and they were big events, and they were special events. The beauty of it was we got to meet so many wonderful people that I'm still friends with today, just being out in the road and special events, and they'd come up and hang out, and we would just make sure that they felt welcome and as wonderful as we did being there with them. So thank you for all those beautiful years of celebrations of Christmas, New Year's, and 4th of July with B104, all hit music and more. We had some great staff. Everybody knew how to party, but everybody also knew that the party came with certain obligations. You have to do things that are consistent with good entertainment for your audience. You also have to make sure everybody feels welcome. And most of all, whenever you have a special event, your number one job is to make sure everybody gets home safely, nobody gets lost, nobody gets beat up, and nobody gets arrested. And pretty much we had the formula for successful special events there at B104. Hey, make sure you share this podcast on all the social media platforms. We're available on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeart, and a couple of others, but I believe Noe has given us our blessing that those are the main platforms that we want you to try to find us on. Noe, any other input on those?
Prime, iTunes, Anchor, and Spotify. Well, actually, we're on Spotify right now, so please share our show and help us out next year.
How do we do that? Tell our listener how to do that.
Just follow the link that we're going to post on social media and share that, and we'll make it shareable. So
also rate our show too. We appreciate a rating. If you give us a 5, we'd appreciate that. Leave some comments.
Yes, or any questions or anything, email us, call us. You can call me at 956-451-1633, or
has anybody called you like at 2 or 3 in the morning?
Yes. Random.
No way. What's up, brother?
What's up, producer boy?
How you doing?
Hey, man.
After 10 p.m., I don't accept calls.
Oh, okay.
Hey, brother, I'm telling you,
mode.
we missed your expertise on all that, and it's something that is much appreciated, and we're just glad that you're in our corner.
But you know what? I got to give it up to Gary, man. We were over at my house one day trying to figure things out. He would not give up until we figured it out. And then just when we thought we had that figured out, we had another issue with our microphones.
I just tried to channel Noe. I kept telling myself, what would Noe do?
So we're just glad
had
that you're
one
back in
job.
the
Yeah.
fold.
And then,
It's one of the less stressful thing we have to worry about because Noe's
Okay,
going to take
man.
care of it.
all right. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but since Noe did, one of our podcasts recently, Billy and I sat here. We recorded what I considered a pretty good broadcast, and I went to play it back, and there was nothing there but dead air and. And I said, Billy, what happened? He goes, I don't know. I plugged everything in. I said, well, let's troubleshoot it. So I went through all the wires, and all the wires seemed to be okay. And then I looked at two of them. I thought, I think those are supposed to be over here. And sure enough,
And that's what it was.
and then I told Billy,
One job.
you had one job.
I said, take a picture of that, man. He goes, I did,
So
for the next time.
we recorded another show just because we were here, and it didn't have the same zing. Not that any of them have any zing, but it didn't have the same feel. I guess I was a little bit deflated, but we're pushing through. We're glad Noe's back, and we're glad you're with us. Share it. Reach out to us at livinglargetheater@yahoo.com. Remember, admission is free. All you need is a sense of humor and a thirst for knowledge. Let's talk about Twitter. Elon Musk is destroying the left-leaning, woke, snowflake, government intertwined leftists that are in the fabric of Twitter. He's exposing it. Hopefully he's destroying it. What's going to come of this, Bill?
You know what? People are going to see what's really behind what was going on during the election cycles,
Yeah.
how the Democratic Party, through whoever channels they had, was suppressing some of the stuff
I think
on
the
Twitter.
big culprit is going to be the FBI. They're the ones that are going to have their pants pulled down, and somebody's going to have to spank them in the public because they gave Twitter $3.5 million to suppress certain stories that they felt would be harmful to either the Democrats or Joe Biden or Hunter Biden. And the big question everybody's asking right now is, when is the FBI going to extricate itself from United States elections? And I think that should have happened yesterday.
Okay. You have a Twitter account, Gary?
I don't do Twitter. I don't do Pop Chat. I don't do
Pop Chat. What's that?
one of those crazy things. I don't know. It's
You,
one of
you
the
know,
platforms.
are you on Twitter? No.
Yeah, I'm on all the social media platforms, but he stepped me down from
The CEO.
CEO,
Once,
yeah.
but he has to find somebody first. That's a very shrewd move that he made. Okay, should I stay or step down? Everybody said step down. So he goes, okay, I'm going to step down, but let me find somebody. Well, guess what? There's not that many people who can run a platform as huge and as important as Twitter.
He came on board when the sale went through, and he laid off a bunch of people.
Rightfully so.
And just did what he had to do. He felt in his heart that he was doing the right thing as far as exposing what was going on with
I like that
Twitter
he kicked some of
accounts and
those
stuff like
journalists off. I mean, that's like, how do you like it now that it happened to you? These journalists were all for Twitter banning Trump and all the other conservatives that were out there, Don Jr., anybody that had a point of view counter to their left-leaning progressive crap, they got banned off Twitter, and the leftists loved it.
Talking about Trump, they got the hold of his tax returns from the last 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a graphic on one of those news channels the other day. 2 years, he only paid $750 in taxes. 1 year,
My hero.
he paid zero,
My
which is
hero.
fine.
Yep.
But he wrote off over $300 million in charitable donations. And they're saying, though, that there may be some shenanigans going on with them and the IRS because they didn't really do a thorough audit on his taxes. When he said they were auditing his taxes in 2016 and 2017,
Mm-hmm.
they weren't.
What were they doing? Just nitpicking, or
I don't know. They weren't auditing his taxes.
I think they were wasting time and money, and I don't like that. Title 42 is about to end. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No. Yeah. Off the subject, real quick. Have you guys on the Elon Musk? They've been talking about AI. Have you guys heard
artificial
anything?
intelligence.
Have you guys heard about that?
I haven't
conversation?
heard it. I've heard about it, but I don't know what particular realm you're talking about.
So now the Gen Zs, which is the new generation that's after the generation, supposedly that now they're able to say I'm an 8th grader and I need a paper written.
Uh-huh.
I could actually ask AI to write a paper
Oh my.
At an 8th grade level.
Look, America's dumb enough as it is. We don't need that. I mean, the dumbing down of our education system is an embarrassment. We have gone from first to like 101st in reading, math, all the technical skills, the STEM, what they call science, technology, engineering, and math. American students are way, way down, and it doesn't have to be that way.
But you know what? The folks from India, from the Middle East, all those real math smart students who come over and they get a visa to go to college here, and they end up graduating and they get a green card to stay and work in the United States. Those guys, man, they're really smart.
We're smart too, but we
We
enable our kids to be stupid.
We don't do the things that we need to do with our kids to get them.
Well, you don't
to
push them
learn.
anymore. We don't push them
Like
anymore.
here, my daughter, for example, she wants to major in business next year when she goes to UTRGV, and she wants to open up her own daycare center. That's a goal of hers.
Yeah, that's a noble goal right there.
And a lot of kids coming out of high school, going into college, they have an idea in mind of what they want to do once they're in college, but a lot of them find something different that they like. And I always tell kids, be passionate about what you do, follow your dream, follow your passion. If you're chasing the money, you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. The money will follow. Just follow your passion, follow your dream. And now with the social media platforms, there's a lot of people making money as influencers on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram.
But it's not for everybody, and
Not for everybody.
Everybody thinks they can do it. It's easy. It's not.
Well, at the same time, we really need to press our kids to learn. Not have an AI do your paper. You need to learn how to write well. You need to learn how to compose. You need to learn enunciation, dictation, punctuation, all those things that go. It's grammar. They don't even force that. I remember, one of my sons at one time didn't know how to, 8th grade, and he doesn't know how to write in cursive. I'm like, what are they teaching you? He said, well, they don't teach us that. They said it's okay to write in block letters. I said, not with me. So I taught him cursive writing.
And I really believe in this. We need to teach our kids who are getting ready to graduate from high school about financial literacy.
Oh yeah, that's
kids
a must.
Don't know anything about that. So I'm showing my son now how to set up his retirement account, start investing now for his future. He's got 40 years, before he even considers trying to retire. But a lot of that comes from the schools not offering those curriculums.
For some reason, it's a concerted effort not to. Like, they want you dependent.
I don't understand why.
I'm telling you, they want their graduates to be dependent somehow on the government, because they know if Billy Santiago is multiplied by 10 million, and those Billy Santiagos are teaching their kids how to track their money, save their money, invest their money, then that makes them totally independent of the government. And somehow I believe the government wants us, or I should say there are people who in the government want us to be dependent on them. Hey, and one of the big things that are really affecting across the spectrum of professionalism is mental health. If you have issues that you think can be attributed to mental health, mental instability, there are so many resources out there that you can reach out to. And all you got to do is you can talk. They'll listen to you. They will talk to you. They'll try to understand what you're feeling, what you're going through. And there's nothing wrong with feeling depressed. Depression happens as a result of some sort of emotional trauma.
Gary, you can do it online now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you can do it via Zoom. You can do it on your phone.
Noe's really involved with the Catholic Church. Noe, what would you have advice for somebody?
Call us. Give us a call. Even this show. We're not experts, but if you need someone to talk to, reach out to us.
And there's nothing wrong with
nothing
reaching out.
Yeah.
And talking to somebody.
Fire me that phone number, Noe.
If you're going through something right now,
shoot me a phone number.
Look at the DJ who was on the Ellen show.
Yeah, what happened to him?
He committed suicide.
Committed suicide.
And
you look really happy.
You would see him on the show when the show was airing, and he looked like he was having a great time. He was married, had 2 kids, at 42 years old. He
Yeah.
committed suicide. It
Well,
was
and
just
a lot of
sad.
that is under the covers, under the blankets, under the rug. Nobody knows. You know, in the daytime, like Noe said, the guy looked happy in the daytime. You look happy. After hours, you're sitting there, you're going, wow, you know, I'm on TV. I work with Ellen, and my life still sucks. You know, and that's just a change of attitude that is easily fixed, in my opinion, through faith in God and prayer. If you hit the knees and ask God to work you over in the right way and give you hope, give you happiness, give you continued health, I know that you're going to have a different kind of mindset, and the bad thoughts that are roaming around in your mind are going to exit, and you're going to be a lot happier. Title 42, the Supreme Court has nixed Biden's plan to end it. Not that it matters. They're still pouring across the border.
Let me get you that number. It's 1-800-783-0607.
That number's for what? No.
This is a 24-hour crisis hotline.
Hotline, good.
What's the number again?
1-800-783-0607.
Nice.
Okay.
No, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Title 42 extended a little bit. El Paso is being overrun. I think they're expecting about 18,000 a day. I don't know what they're going to do.
They're just waiting. They're just waiting for it to expire again.
I know, but it's not. It doesn't stop them even from coming now. It's still in place, and they're still pouring over the border.
And this weekend is going to be cold weather.
And now they're thinking that for some reason, I don't know why, that the Biden-Obama administration, which we're living under right now, is doing it on purpose, that it's all intentional. We'll find out. Something Billy just said, winter weather, it's going to be extremely cold for everybody, even those that are here, but those that are coming across unprepared, without the right clothes, without the right shoes, without blankets, I
feel for them. I really do.
They're going to suffer quite a bit. And we hope for them. We pray for them. But come on, Biden, figure this out. Let's fix this. House investigations. Republicans take control of the House in January. They're promising to investigate everybody from Hunter Biden to SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't know what they're going to find with him. I don't know what he did wrong.
Why are you dogging SpongeBob like that?
I don't know. I saw he's crazy. He's under the sea. You know, we don't know what he's doing. Cowboys, will they make the playoffs? I mean, they're in the playoffs, but will they advance in the playoffs?
You know, I got to tell you, Gary, after watching that Jacksonville game, I was just so disheartened.
That's coaching. That is all coaching.
And you know, and I'm not blaming it all on Dak, because when you're supposedly have like the top defense in the NFL, and you have a 17-point lead in the third quarter.
Yeah, they fell apart. Bad coaching, bad calls, bad.
And you can't
too
finish
cute.
The deal.
They get cute.
Exactly.
They try to get cute with themselves.
Like
and
that 3rd and 10, man. Why is he throwing the ball down? You know, why
crazy.
not go for the first down, or make Jacksonville
run out the clock, run out the clock. I blame Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore. Dak's a good quarterback. He's not a Tom Brady. He's not an Aaron Rodgers. He's barely like a Mac Jones up in New England.
He's a lousy tackler, by the way.
He's
I don't know if you watched that game between them and the Raiders when they were doing that last second toss under the ball backwards, and Mac Jones he got intercepted. Some guy Myers was throwing the ball to Mac Jones, got intercepted by number 55. And Mac Jones was trying to tackle him. The guy just stiff-armed him, just like, get that on the ground. Ran in for a touchdown. That's crazy.
Hey, this is the Living Large Theater podcast. Gary Rodriguez, Billy Santiago, producer extraordinaire, Noe Ayala. Welcome back, Noe. We're saying adios to 2022 and hello to 2023. Franco Harris, man, you know, he was all-star premier running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, passed away recently. Still don't know how he passed. He was 72 years old. He has 4 Super Bowls with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just an amazing talent out of Penn State. Had a long career, ended up with the Seahawks. I don't even remember him playing for the Seahawks.
I do. But, you know, the thing about Franco, you know how some running backs, they try to be real macho about running over people and stuff. Franco always ran out of bounds, man.
Yeah.
He was going, you know, we can always get him on the next one. That's why his career lasted 12 years.
That's a long time for a running back. I didn't know this either. He had meal programs in the Pittsburgh area
Yeah.
long after he retired to feed the needy, to feed the
He was
hungry,
always giving
to
back.
feed the homeless, and just a stand-up guy. And I didn't even know that part of him. I hated him, of course, because the Steelers beat the Cowboys twice in the Super Bowl with Harris there. And I just thought, man, this guy's awful because he's so good. But rest in peace, Franco Harris. We love you. And thank you for the beautiful years of showing how good you were on the gridiron.
I was an Oiler fan back when I was in college back in the 70s. And there were so many disappointing playoff losses to the Pittsburgh Steelers that one time me and a buddy of mine were in my dorm room, Charlie Pesci. It was during the playoffs, and we were swigging vodka.
Did you say Joe Pesci?
Yeah,
No,
I was gonna say
Charlie,
the guy from
Charlie Pesci. Check it out.
Lethal Weapon 3.
Charlie Pesci lived in a van. He had 3 dogs, and we were good friends. He was going to college, but he liked living in his van for some reason. So I invited him up to my dorm room to watch the Pittsburgh and Houston Oiler game, and that was the one when Mel Renfro.
Yeah, Mel Renfro, number 20.
When they called it out of bounds.
Yep.
And we ended up losing. But God, there were so many disappointing
Well, there was one there where Roger Staubach threw a pass to Jackie Wilson in the end zone, certain touchdown. Wouldn't have won the game; it would have tied the game. And
that was a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was Super Bowl, and Jackie Wilson dropped the ball.
I mean, the Oilers never made it out of the AFC, man.
Oh, I know, and I like that.
Oh, you're such a hater. You're such a hater, man.
I'm a Cowboy fan. Hey, if you have a New Year's resolution that you're trying to put together and hopefully keep through 2023, let us know what it is. We'll try to read it here on the podcast. Living Large Theater at yahoo.com. We want to know all about your New Year's resolutions.
Hey, Gary, here's a question we got from a listener. You can send in your questions to Living Large Theater at yahoo.com. They're asking, he starts with, this is Diego.
Okay.
From El Paso. Mm-hmm. And he's asking the question, hey, Gary, I heard that you made a duck for Thanksgiving. Question as far as what kind of wine would you have with a duck?
Since duck is mostly red meat, I would say a red wine.
Red meat?
Yeah, a duck is red meat. I mean, yeah, it's dark meat. It's all dark meat.
Is it really?
Yeah, a duck is all dark meat. So I would say red wine, probably a Merlot, maybe a Pinot Noir, or a Pinot Noir, or a Cabernet Sauvignon. Hey, Diego, you asked. There it is, buddy. Get yourself some red wine, and it tastes good either with duck or without duck.
Okay.
This is the Living Large Theater. We're saying adios to 2022 and hello to 2023. Remember, send us your New Year's resolutions, Living Large Theater at yahoo.com. You can find us on Facebook at Living Large Theater.
Gary, you want to tell them about next year's guest?
Absolutely. We have a couple of lined up already. We have Ray Pedraza from TexDot coming on. He's going to come in, and he's going to come in and talk about the Interchange project right there in Farr. And we also have George Rice. He is the owner of 5x5 Brewery in Mission. And George is going to come talking about salvation, the defense of men and manhood, as well as brewing all that delicious 5x5 beer. Noe and I took a tour of the plant here about 2 weeks ago. What'd you think, Noe?
Oh my God, you all should try the beer.
There you
beer.
go.
Really, you should go, man. Honestly,
we'll take him over there.
Yeah. That happened in the morning.
The last time I drank was when I was hanging out with you guys out at South Padre Island at the Marriott. That's the last time I drank, man, and it took me 3 days to recover. So I'm not a drinker, man.
Well, we're social butterfly drinkers.
I'm sure you are.
It was like 2 little shots of blonde ales.
Yeah,
he has there, so they're really
good.
So they brew beer.
Brew beer there. They sell it through HEB, and all kinds of restaurants are carrying it.
You should try the Father Roy.
And the Father Roy. It's named after Father Roy Snipes of the Catholic Church in Mission. And that brings us to closing this show out, but not without letting you know that we're going to work on a program. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be called Toast to Texas. We're going to be visiting locations throughout the state of Texas that brew beer, vent wine, or bottle liquor. And it's going to be a great show. It's based on the format of the Texas Bucket List, but we're going to visit these places and then try to figure out what's good for you or what we think is good for you, and that you can go visit and partake in those yourself. This is the Living Large Theater Goodbye.